In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of my favorite mobility drills to help you alleviate low back pain and protect your spine. This is a video you're not going to want to miss, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Coach Remi here from Adductor Fitness and Performance. And today we're going to be covering 5 of my favorite mobility drills that I use with my clients to help them protect their spine and alleviate low back pain. So for this first exercise, we'll jump right into it. It's going to be the cat camel, which many of you may be familiar with. And what that involves is going down onto the floor, and we're going to go with our knees under our hips, hands under our shoulders. And from this position now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be rounding our back and almost tucking our chin in. And then we're going to go from this position and we're going to go right into extension, extending our neck as well, focusing on the motion of flexion and extension. And we do this for about 6 to 8 repetitions. Now, the benefit comes from the motion with this exercise, not the end range in each position. So focus on that motion, nice and gentle for 6 to 8 repetitions. And what we're doing here is we're greasing the joints. We're loosening up the low back. If it feels stiff, just going through that motion will help lubricate the joints of our low back, and it will reduce some stiffness and prepare you for exercise or for any daily activities that you're looking to go through. That's the cat camel. So that's our first exercise that I often will incorporate into an individual's back pain program. Now the key thing is some people may get pain with flexion or extension, and this exercise just may not be appropriate for them at this time, and it's something that they may have to work up to once their symptoms settle, or it may not be appropriate at all. Again, each individual has their own specific exercise program, and it's not a universal thing. So what's going to be best for somebody is not going to be best for the other person. So if that does cause symptoms or pain, then this exercise is probably not appropriate for you at this time. Okay, moving on to our second exercise, we have a thoracic spine rotation. So we're in that same starting position. We're going to go with our hand behind the head here, and we're going to rotate up, opening up to the side here. And we're just moving through our upper back, making sure the low back doesn't move. And then one thing you can add in is take a deep breath in through your nose. And then as you open up, exhale fully through your mouth. And you might feel you gain a little bit more range of motion. So you do about 6 to 8 repetitions, and then we would switch sides and do the other side. So what we're doing there is we're just trying to increase the mobility of our upper back or our thoracic spine. So if someone's really stiff through their upper back, what will often happen is that they will compensate with more motion at the low back. So if they're not twisting well through the upper back, the low back may twist more to compensate for that stiffness. So by doing the thoracic spine rotation, we can loosen up that area, gain some motion, and we can take some stress off the low back. Now for our third exercise, moving into some hip mobility drills, we have a half kneeling quadricep dip. So half kneeling position, toe is down, back glute is engaged. We're in upright posture here. Straight line knee to ankle. And all we're doing is we're rocking forward, trying to get the knee almost over the toes without the heel coming up so that heel stays down. You'll feel a little pull here. Come back. Repeat. Make sure that glute's engaged. We're just going to try and rock a little bit forward each time. And then we can take a deep breath in through our nose. And then exhale fully. Into that, and we do about 6 to 8 reps again. So the idea is we're trying to get a little bit more motion each time with each rep, and then we would switch legs, do the other side. Now the idea there is with the hips here, if the hips get too stiff, what will happen is that the low back will start to move. So if our hips aren't moving well and we're not getting good motion from our hips, the low back may take more stress, similar to the upper back. Now, for our second hip mobility exercise, we're going to go with a half kneeling adductor dip. So we have a right angle here, 90-degree angle, knee straight with the ankle. We're staying square, upright. Now, knees going to try and go over the toes. You're going to get a good stretch here through the adductors. And you go 6 to 8 reps. Make sure that heel doesn't come up. If your heel's coming up, just take a little bit of a further step out. And again, we can take a deep breath in and exhale fully. And then we'd switch sides. Just loosening up the groin, inner thigh there. And again, same as the quadricep dips. So we're just working a different part of the hip there. If it's too stiff through our hips, our low back may start to create more motion to compensate for the hip stiffness. Now for our last little mobility drill is we're gonna go into a split stance here. And so this, some of you may be familiar with this, or you may have seen through Dr. McGill's work, but we're gonna assume into a split stance. It's called a warrior lunge stretch. So front foot planted, I got my weight on the front of my back foot. Back glute is engaged. From this position, I'm just gonna turn a little bit on an angle. I'm gonna take this hand, I'm gonna push it up to the ceiling with my palm facing up. And then from here, I'm just gonna add in another little bit more of a turn. I'm gonna push that hand up as high as I can. I'm gonna take a deep breath in, and then exhale fully out. And then bending a little bit to the side, getting a good stretch all down the side here. And then again, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Pushing that hand up to the ceiling. And again. So for this one, I'd like to incorporate for about 30 seconds or about 5-6 deep breaths, and then we'd switch sides. Again, now we're just in a more split stance position. We're stretching the hip in a different position here, which again, we're just helping to create a little bit more flexibility and mobility through the hips. So that's our warrior lunge stretch. Same thing, other side, split stance. Open up, hand up, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So just by doing that little stretch there, you almost may feel an immediate release and benefit in terms of feeling, relieving stiffness in your low back. So those are my 5 mobility drills to share with you guys today. Hopefully these help you. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions on how to do these or perform them, leave a question in the comments below. And if you need any help with addressing your low back pain, maybe you have a back injury you're trying to work around, feel free to send me a message or join the Facebook group, The Back Pain Warriors, where it's a community of like-minded individuals with lower back pain who are trying to overcome back pain. I post in there a different video once a week regarding a back pain tip, and I answer any of your questions. And again, if you need any additional, maybe private help, maybe an assessment, feel free to reach out to me personally at askcoach@remisovran.com. Okay, guys? Have a wonderful, successful, and productive day, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.